my friends. Welcome to My Chemical Fancast. I'm Haley.
And I'm Kat.
And this is a podcast about all things My Chemical Romance. This week we are covering the last few tracks of the Black Parade, and we have gone through it so fast, and I'm so sad, but here we are, the end of the road.
I think we've spent a decent amount of time on it, and we've got a B-sides episode after this. So
Yes, we do.
this is not over.
And the B-sides are so, they slap.
And honestly, I have some good notes for the B-sides, so I'm excited.
You started your B-sides notes, girl.
Well, I just ran across things, and I had to write them down, so I wouldn't forget them.
So, this is a Mikey episode. I'm just going to say it right off the bat.
This is a Mikey episode. It's everything to do with Mikey.
Yeah. This is all about Mikey.
And he hasn't had his own episode yet, so...
Yeah, it's time.
He can have this one.
He's earned it.
Wait, before we get into the songs, though.
Yeah.
Umbrella Academy is out.
Mm-hmm.
We have seen it. We have rewatched it. We love. We stand.
Yes, we stand.
I especially stand Umbrella Academy Twitter. Whoever is running that.
Oh my god, that person is
genius.
legendary. I love that person.
Whoever at Netflix decided to let this person run this account, that person should be given a gold medal. That was a brilliant decision.
Yeah, they're putting in a lot of hard work, and it is paying off, and they are feeding into our every desire.
They know us better than we know ourselves.
The filter that they put on Gerard at the premiere was honestly my dream. I replied to them and I was like, how did you know that this is everyone's dream?
Because they're us.
And they said,
They're us.
Our dream is your dream.
One of us. One of us. I'm in love. Anyway, and are we going to do an Umbrella Academy episode in the future? Probably.
That's a definite possibility.
Yeah, for sure. Are we going to have a guest?
Yeah, you know.
Who could say?
Don't spoil it. Don't spoil it.
Anyway, so the episode you actually came for.
Mm-hmm. We're starting off with Disenchanted.
Well, I was there on the day they sold the cars for the Queen, and when the lights all went out, we watched our lives on the screen. I hate the ending myself, but it started with an alright scene.
I'm gonna admit I'm not super jazzed on this song. I don't hate it. I don't dislike it. But, and you know, I'm glad that it was put on the record because I think it's an impactful song and I think it's an important one regarding the band and their message. And I'm glad that Mikey convinced them to keep the song. But I don't know.
Is it my favorite song? No. But I really like this song because I like the lyrics. And I just think that this song is like the perfect distillation of nostalgia and like the feelings about being an adult and maybe not being happy where your life is right now and wishing that you sort of kept like a younger part of yourself. I don't know. That's why I like this song. I just think it's a really fun song. I really like the intro. I dig this song.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm not gonna I'm not gonna die for it.
Right, no.
But I want it to be my friend.
I want it to be my friend.
Yes. I want us to be cool with each other.
Yeah, I get it.
I want it to know how I feel about it.
Right, no, I appreciate it for what it is.
Like when you see like someone, around you, like, God, I want to be their friend.
Oh, like a friend crush?
Everything about them.
Yeah, a friend crush.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. I don't feel that this song or Famous Last Words, honestly, has anything to do with the concept or the patient. Like, you can try and stretch it and make a connection, but I just don't see one.
I don't think that the patient or the concept is critical to the song or was the germ of the song. I think there are some patient concept things that are added in there, like a lifelong wait for hospital stay. That goes to the concept, but I don't think that these songs came from the concept.
No, for sure not.
Unlike the album that we talked about beforehand.
Yes. So this one was written when they were supposed to be practicing for a headliner tour, and they hadn't written in a long time due to being on the road and just doing, being busy with tour. But they incorporated it into a headlining set for the tour. And it was the Shut Up and Play version, which is pretty different from the final product. Like, you can definitely hear where they're going, and the outline is pretty much the same, but
yeah, the lyrics are lyrically totally different.
Yeah, it's basically just the chorus over and over again.
Yeah, except for like, that one line. But I really like that demo. It's one of the demos I really like on the Living with Ghosts.
Right.
It's more of a bop, you know? It ends up on the record, you know, the final version being kind of more of a ballad, but it starts out in the demo being like definitely a bop.
Right.
I'm definitely into it. I like the shut up and play chorus because there's kind of like 2 choruses.
If you would hold on and give me a say, you get the hard parts, or maybe just a mistake. Maybe we'll just shut up and play. We never take me nothing to you, never to me. It's just a sad song.
So I like the shut up and play chorus and how he ends on "You sad motherfucker."
Sad motherfucker.
You sad motherfucker.
I enjoy the fact that they refined it a lot for the final
it's
version.
definitely better.
Oh my gosh, yeah. And I don't hate the demo either, but I just think that the end product that they came up with after spending a lot of time with it is a lot better than, if they had just kept the demo version and were like, yeah, this is good enough. I'm just always so glad when they go the extra mile and work on something a little harder.
Yeah, it's more sophisticated.
Mm-hmm.
I think, especially when you get to see the demos and you get to see the leap from what they started with to what they ended with, I think it is just that MCR puts more work into stuff than some other bands do.
Yeah,
That's my opinion.
they're never satisfied, and they always push themselves and push their songs and push their lyrics and themselves a little harder, and it always pays off, I think.
Yeah.
But so after they did Shut Up and Play, though, they were like, yeah, this song is whatever, I don't really care. But they had like 19, 20 other songs, so they weren't really sticking with this one. So they were like, we can just put it aside. This is one of those dead songs that we're not going to work on anymore. Mikey, however, was like, you guys,
This is a bop.
I fucking love this song. So he basically forced them to work on it, and all of them were like, ugh, but he was like, no, really, we're going to do this song, and it's going to be great. Like in the Paramore, where he would go up to them and whisper, Disenchanted, while they slept.
Oh my God.
Yep.
Should we talk about the music of the song?
Yeah.
Okay, so it starts with this acoustic guitar, and apparently it's finger-picked, and Ray says that he was nervous about playing it, and I'm like, Ray,
Raymond.
stop. Step back. Take a good hard look at yourself. You don't need to be nervous.
Ray
It's all
Tara
good.
shouldn't be nervous about anything guitar related.
Like,
There's
what
no
do you
need.
think you can't do? And like, he did Romance that way, and that is so much harder.
Yeah, it's a lot faster too.
Yeah.
Maybe
and-
he just hadn't done it in a while.
Well, he said that he was nervous because, like, when you record it that way, it picks up any little mistake you do.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, there are some mistakes in Romance, too, but, like, it doesn't matter.
Right.
And he also says that apparently if you listen closely, you can hear the chair he was sitting on squeaking.
Yes.
Yes, I didn't catch it yet.
Yeah, no, I love when you can hear the background stuff that, like, you can tell it's happening in the studio, like Gerard smacking his lips or the drumsticks
Yeah.
being clacked together or,
Do you love a good drumstick clack?
yeah, or like a slide on a guitar or something like that. Just anything.
I haven't heard the chair yet, but I gotta go
Mhm.
back and listen for
You
that.
gotta listen real carefully.
At Ray.
Yeah,
Point it out to me.
Ray. Gerard has said on stage that this song is about dreams, and I think that aside from the lyrics, the melody they put with it lends itself to a dreamlike state, like a kind of a fantasy world feeling, like it's just kind of floating above everything, and it's soft and at least in the beginning. Yeah, at least in the beginning, it's more stripped down. And they did this damn thing again. I hate it. They did the same thing with Cancer, where they have a really stripped down and soft and nice in the beginning, and they fucking come in with the drums. Drives me nuts. Just leave it stripped down, you guys.
I think it works with this song and doesn't on Cancer. They also put strings in the background of this song.
Yeah, they sure did.
Which is apparently, I think, one of the first songs they ever did that on. And they're like really subtle. They're just sort of like a background layer. But I kind of dig them.
They're probably synth, but it's pretty nice.
I don't know. Ray said strings, but I didn't specify.
Yeah, I mean, I doubt that they had actual string players come in and play.
Well, they had to have tuba players, so might as well get some string
You
players.
know.
Might as well get a whole orchestra in there.
Sure.
The budget they had.
We're gonna get there later with a full orchestra with like Sing It for Japan or something, but
Oh man.
they don't really mess with orchestra much.
There also have so many Gerards on this track. Like
Yes!
so many.
Yes.
Gerards.
Yep.
A pile of Gerards.
A pile of Gerards. Wow, a Gerard pile. Speaking of how many Gerards there are, at 3:50 in the song, you can hear it playing in the song, but you can obviously hear it better in the a cappella. You hear Gerard in the background just like wailing, sad song, which I think while the words are a little too on the nose, it gives it just, if you just listen to the melodic line that he is bringing to it, it gives it much more of a melancholy feel, which I definitely always appreciate me some melancholy sound.
It's just a sad song with nothing to say about a lifelong wait for a hospital stay. When if you think that I'm wrong, this never meant nothing to you.
He's sad, man.
Real sad.
Really sad.
I'm so sad. Yeah, and I actually literally I had that in my notes. It's kind of a wah song. Especially in Shut Up and Play, it's definitely a wah. But I'm just, they refined it, but I think maybe if he had just done a whoa instead of a sad song, then it may have made it a little better.
I like the sad song. Okay. I like it. And he was so much more extra in the demo about that than this one. But I like it. Okay. Are we ready to talk about lyrics? Because I'm ready to defend this song now.
Oh, geez. Okay. All right.
So I think the gist of this song is it's a person looking back on their life. And it kind of is another hybrid song between the patient and Gerard, where it involves the patient looking back at the end of his life as he's dying, and Gerard sort of looking back on his journey with his band. So it says it's a sad song. It's in the lyrics. He's, screaming sad song in the background.
Yeah, it is what it says on the tin.
But I feel like this is a different, quote unquote sad song than other sad songs, because it's more like a nostalgia song. It's a different kind of sadness, and it's a sadness I like. And it also, the lyrics are really good. It starts with, I hate the ending myself, but it started with an alright scene.
That one didn't get me until somebody put it over a couple gifs of the first MCR concert versus the last one.
That's mean. That should be illegal. We should find that person and have them killed.
They should be tarred and feathered. I saw that and I was like, that's illegal. You can't fucking do that.
It's also the thesis of the song, which is about, the boldness and creativity of who you are when you're younger. And then you become older and you maybe become complacent and you don't really fulfill your dreams. You quote unquote become the villain. You become who you feared you would be.
Live
as
long
a young
enough
person.
to see yourself become the villain.
Like, really though.
Yeah.
And I also personally have a theory that the more you stay true to the things that you enjoyed as a teenager, the happier you're going to be.
Oh, for sure.
You don't have to be an asshole like you were when you were a teenager. Leave that part behind. But as far as the things you took pleasure in or found interesting, do those things.
Mm-hmm.
Do them.
Yeah.
Don't refine yourself. Love MCR forever. Get to 24. Make a podcast about it.
Sure.
Who can stop you?
Nobody. Nobody's stopping you.
But let's get, so the sad part. You're just a sad song with nothing to say about a lifelong wait for a hospital stay. 1, ouch. What a way to put it. And 2, I think this is mostly a patient line. The patient feeling he's wasted his life up to now, and now, it's going to be over. And he hasn't really done anything worth doing. So there's a lot of regret here.
Yeah, I feel that for sure. Going back to, Gerard's point of view, it was the roar of the crowd that gave me heartache to sing. That line has always gotten me.
Yeah, because then you're like, oh, it's about Gerard.
Yeah, I'm like, what happened? Honey, are you okay? At Gerard, are you sad? Are you upset?
I don't even know what to do with that line exactly, because it could mean so many different things.
I don't know, man. It just is what it is. This whole song, I'm just taking it at face value. I'm not trying to look into this. It just, on the surface, it's sad enough. If I try and look into it, it will be devastating. I'm just leaving it over there.
The question is a heartache to sing like him feeling heartache and then needing to sing to fix it, or does he feel sad about singing? That's that's devastating to think about.
I think there was definitely a point in his career where he was like, I don't want to be a singer anymore.
But was it now? Was it by 2006?
Probably. I wouldn't doubt it, man. He'd been doing a lot. It wasn't his initial goal to be a musician, and now people are just kind of like, yeah, you're a musician or you're a singer and this is what you do. And that's maybe why he turned to comics, because he was like, I'm done with music. I don't want to do this anymore.
There is a really good quote from him about being on stage sometimes during Black Friday, all the makeup and the costumes. And he was just saying, oh, I just want to go write a comic.
Yeah.
He sells it. It doesn't sound sad when he says it.
Right. Yeah, no, he twists it so it's everything's good. Yeah, but most of this is just trying to achieve something bigger and being ambitious and going after what you want, or it's aspiring to be that. It's
right.
maybe we're not there yet, but we're dreaming about being ambitious.
I also like the lines, I spent my high school career spit on and shoved to a degree so I could watch all my heroes sell a car on TV.
Mm-hmm.
That's some good ass shit.
Yeah.
That's some good ass shit. I also, whenever I hear it, think about Glenn Danzig selling used cars.
Oh.
I can't tell you why. I just do.
Wow. Well, that's an image I don't want to picture, really.
Oh, I love it. Do it. Picture it.
No, I don't.
He's shirtless. He's got the belt buckle.
No, why did you
and
have
the
to
hair.
add shirtless?
He's standing next to a wacky inflatable tube man.
Cat.
His slogan is, Mommy, can I go out and get these sweet deals tonight?
Why are you inflicting this upon me?
It's great. It's great. He's got a clipboard. Yeah.
No.
He's got a clipboard and a name tag on a lanyard, but no shirt, obviously.
I'm distraught.
And he's 5'4".
I'm distraught. I cannot be consoled.
But I like that line because it's kind of a callback to teenagers. And it's also just a really great line about the disenchantment you can have with your childhood heroes when you grow up and either they've sold out or you become an adult yourself and you see how flawed they are. And thank God our heroes are still really cool.
Yeah, for sure.
Thank God. They're rock solid. I'm so grateful.
Yeah.
They're not dick bags. They're still making stuff and it's still awesome and they never sold out. So blessed.
Yeah.
So grateful.
# blessed. His dad was a car salesman, though. I think
Interesting.
I think this line is important because it's a little bit, he doesn't talk about his dad a whole lot. He doesn't really talk about his family a whole lot, to be honest.
No.
But yeah, I think it's significant that he's talking about watching his hero sell a car on TV, because obviously this says that he looks up to his dad, or at least did, when he was younger. He said before that his dad is, the one who taught him how to be a man, how to treat women like people and not like second-class citizens, how to just act in general, how to conduct himself. So, he definitely still looks up to his dad, and I think this is something that he is referencing that he doesn't talk about that often.
Yeah. There's a podcast we listened to. I don't remember if I like the rest of it, but they did have a good analysis of when Gerard mentions a mother and when he mentions a father. That was very intriguing to me.
Yep.
Also the line after it, bring out the old guillotine, we'll show them what we all mean. I wrote in big letters underneath it, eat the rich.
Yes.
But Gerard is the rich now. So
I know. That's what I was thinking when I heard that. I was like, oh man, we're going to have to kill Gerard when we take down the bourgeoisie. That's really unfortunate.
It's unfortunate. I mean, but he's in...
but he's got to go.
He's got to go. I think he'd be okay with that.
Is he okay with it? We'd come in with the fucking ropes and a guillotine, and he'd be like, understandable.
Yeah. He'd be like, it's my time. Because he said that before. I mean, in reality, he'd probably be a little upset, But, I mean, he's expressed on stage, if you like our band, you should start your own band and eat us alive. I think he has a very...
He didn't mean literally.
I know. We should eat him alive, literally. But I do think that he has, like, a really good attitude about, like, kill your darlings. And I think he's aware that he could become... a hero you become disillusioned with, that he could be tainted by all of the money and the fame. Mm-hmm. And I think he'd be okay with you being like, you need to be deposed now. Probably doesn't want to be killed and eaten.
Right.
Okay, probably doesn't want to be killed and eaten, but does want to be replaced.
Sure. Replaced symbolically.
Right.
Maybe not physically removed from his home.
Physically removed from his home. Maybe not drag through the streets beheaded with a guillotine. Maybe not.
Yeah,
Maybe
I
not.
mean, you know, certain people, sure. Like, I'm happy to go in their home and rip them out of their house and,
Oh, God.
you know, cut their head off. But I feel like Gerard is a good one and he can stay. Maybe if he redistributes his wealth
Right.
to the common people,
Yeah.
then we can keep him.
We'll have to talk to him about that.
Okay.
Give him some literature to read.
All right, we're going to have to put that on our to-do list. I'll pencil that into my planner. Talk to Gerard about the revolution on what day is it? Let's say the 15th of May. Let's talk on the 15th of May. We'll give him a little time.
Talk to Gerard about his unfortunate place in the revolution.
And how he must change or die.
That's right. But metaphorically, you know,
Sure.
MCR wasn't here for a long time, but they were here for a good time. You know, it's
Yeah,
that sort
I'm
of
here for a
mentality.
good time, not a long time, you know. All right, anyway, back to the song.
Right.
Okay, listen, I forgot to mention the A's in the last episode. This will never happen again. However, that's okay. I'm not missing it this time. And so
Thank God.
I know. And if you think, is the A, it's the highest.
Mm-hmm.
It's also an A. So there it is. And also Ray Toro, because I will always worship on the altar of Ray Toro. He slaps in this song. Like
Did you pick out the same Ray Toro part that I picked out? Let's find out.
probably. I mean, you know, I don't even think I picked a specific
You
part.
just mentioned his name.
I just
He's
said
just here.
Ray Toro slaps.
I noticed, like at the end, it's not very prominent, but he's really subtly shredding in the background.
Yes.
Right at the end before it goes into the outro. And like, I didn't miss that shit.
No.
I did not miss that shit,
No.
sir. I heard that.
Yeah, there's a constantly moving line in the background at like all times.
Yeah, you tried to blend it in, but I heard it.
I heard it, young man.
I picked it out.
You
Can't
were
hide
trying
that shit from me.
trying to be sneaky. I heard it. The part at the end where they're winding down. Soft Gerard. At Gerard, please sing softly more often because I always enjoy it. Light Behind Your Eyes is a second example of a few, but that's just one, including this one. I love when he just sings softly and then he's like repeating lines and he's just like getting closer to the mic. He's right in your earballs. Do you hear him? Listen to the soft young man.
He's coming to your house.
To suck your blood,
He's outside your window.
but you just never know.
I honestly love that meme. Can't get enough of it. Is that all we have for this song?
That's all I got.
Next song, Famous Last Words.
No, I know that I can't make you stay, but where's your heart? But where's your heart? But where's your... And I know there's nothing I can say.
First of all, a killer title.
Mm-hmm.
What a great choice.
Isn't this one where Gerard like had the phrase written down and he was like, I just want to use this for a song title?
I don't know, probably.
Yeah, I think it
'cause
was.
It's really good. This is also every 28 to 35-year-old man's favorite MCR song.
Okay.
That is a
okay.
fact.
Yeah, for sure.
And also, if you have an MCR tattoo, there's a 52% chance it contains lyrics from this song,
Yeah.
which is not a problem. It's
No.
their most hopeful song, but it's also a fact.
Yeah, I would say maybe 58% chance.
That seems more correct.
that you have.
There's a few phrases you can pick.
I'm not afraid to keep on living.
Awake and unafraid.
Awake and unafraid.
Asleep or dead, if you want to go that direction.
Asleep or dead.
This is also the second anthem on this album. Perhaps the better anthem on this album.
Ooh. Hot take. Bold claim.
Can I, back it up objectively? Absolutely not. Just my opinion. But
It's my opinion.
But I do think it's possible.
Yep. So this song, Mikey, 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 Mikey.
Oh, yeah.
This song is about Mikey.
5,000%.
He
This is
didn't-
a Mikey song.
He didn't have a huge hand in writing it. However, it
No.
is about him.
Yeah. We mentioned this in our first episode, that this was a song when they were really stuck and Mikey was out of the house and they weren't really writing a lot. That this was a song where, Gerard found Ray playing in the middle of the night and asked him to play some chords for this. And this is how the song began.
Yeah.
They played it for Mikey later, and it was one of the things that helped him come back to the house.
Mm-hmm.
I think most of MCR's most emotional songs are about Mikey,
Yeah.
and that's so touching to me.
Gerard loves his baby brother.
I know, and I don't have any siblings, but goals. Hashtag goals. Gerard said in one of his, we haven't really talked about his Black Parade tweets because he didn't make a lot, but in one of his few Black Parade tweets, he said this was his favorite song,
Yeah.
and that Sleep was second.
Yeah.
Well,
he was-
specifically, he said, famous last words, kind of kicks Sleep's ass.
Yeah.
FLW for the win. And also, I checked, he was 36 when he tweeted that, so my range, pretty close.
There you go.
Just saying.
Yeah, it holds up, man. Yeah, this song kind of sums up what the band is about. It's enjoying life, being unafraid. It's inspiring. It's encouraging you to carpe diem, essentially.
Yeah. And it's another song that has elements of, about being in the band.
Yeah, for sure. When Gerard talks about this song, he talks about how heavy it is, and you can hear when he's talking about it in his voice that he's kind of like, oh God. He's just kind of, he has a lot of feelings about this song that he, I think, has a hard time conveying unless it's in lyric form. He said, when you don't know what to say, this is one of the songs you'll play that whoever you play it for will hopefully understand you by the end of the song.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Mm-hmm. I think it's kind of ironic that Gerard wrote this song at all, first of all, but about being unafraid to live and, being excited about life and, taking things on alone and that,
I don't know what you're about to say.
where he was at his life and at this point was a little, he was a little off his rocker. So
A little bit. I mean, I feel like it was better than other points in his life.
oh,
for
definitely.
sure.
He wasn't quite, he wasn't on drugs, first of all, but I think because he wasn't on drugs, he had to rely on other things that led him to kind of a dark place, for sure. And he may not have been as depressed as he was, but he wasn't great, On the scale of sad boy, I would say he's maybe a 7.
7. I'd call him a 6.5.
Oh, we're close enough, man. Gerard said, right away, I felt like I was singing about the thing I was most afraid of. It felt like what it meant to be in this band. It felt like it was about Mikey, and it felt like it was about our lives, thinking of yourself as despicable or hated.
Gerard.
That's not the message I'm getting in this song, is that you feel despicable and
No.
hated. I don't know what he is thinking there,
Hold on,
though.
I'm calling up the lyrics right now just to
Okay,
check.
all right.
See if I forgot something. I don't know. The only thing that's in there that seems kind of close to that is just feeling incomplete.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
I don't know, man.
I think this whole album was kind of about feeling despicable and hated,
Sure.
but I don't know specifically in the song what I would pick out.
No, nor do I.
Unless the lyrics were different and changed.
Maybe.
There's a quote from Gerard. This song is mostly about Mikey, about the band, about, trying to get through this difficult time, about trying to feel courageous enough to move on with your life after they were stuck in this quagmire of darkness and death in this scary-ass haunted house in Hollywood. But a little bit of the song is also about a relationship that he was in. Here's a quote about it. I had been in a long-term relationship and it fell apart during the making of the Black Parade. I'm alone right now for the first time in 10 years. Halfway through recording, literally just when I had finished tracking the vocal parts and the chorus line of Famous Last Words, I realized that line was the truth. The line being, I'm not afraid to keep on living, I'm not afraid to walk this world alone. I broke up with her a week later. I had to fly back and talk to her, move my stuff out, it was brutal. But I've been enjoying being free and not having to make phone calls. So, after this song, or during recording, he broke up with this long-term girlfriend who we've seen mentioned in the liner notes before. Her name was Kat, and it was somebody that knew him before he had been part of this band, and, it was a long-term girlfriend. And so they broke off that relationship, and so this song is kind of about Mikey and also kind of about this relationship and about feeling, Gerard being single for the first time in 10 years. Intrigue.
Uh-huh. Yeah, he said that, this is when he realized, like, not everybody can handle this life and not everybody can be involved in it because, you kind of have to be selective when you're getting this successful and you're on the road a lot and you're doing all these things that maybe not a normal person can handle. Not every normal person can handle it.
It's not a normal life at all.
No. Another line that gets me in this is a love that's so demanding.
Yeah. Okay.
A love that's so demanding I can't speak or I get weak. That, I think it may have been, about the relationship that he was talking about. I think it's really impactful though. There's a lot of lyrics like this that you can just pass over when you're singing it and you don't think about it at all. But if you look at the song and break it down line by line, this line sticks out a lot for me. It's just really impactful, I think.
Yeah. I mean, I take that love that he's referring to be about making music or maybe being in the band or something.
Okay.
I don't know. It's just how I interpret it. Doesn't mean it's right.
Yeah.
I like the line, so many bright lights, they cast a shadow. One, poetic as fuck. Two, just a really good image about, being in the limelight and having that cause darkness and turmoil in your actual personal life.
Yeah.
And it goes with, these bright lights have always blinded me.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe pointing to that, fame makes him feel confused or makes him forget who he is. Because at his heart, he's just like a comics nerd. He just wants to be comfy and wear big jackets.
That cost $3,000.
And draw pictures of squids and people with their insides out.
Sure.
That's all he wants deep down.
Cool. Okay. So See You Lying Next to Me is obviously, it's about Mikey. When Mikey would come into his room when he was terrified from the fucking blue room that he was in that was haunted AF, he would come into Gerard's room and lie on the floor and sleep because his big brother would protect him.
It's so sweet.
It is. Oh, boy.
Some other lines I think are like direct Mikey lines. Now I know that I can't make you stay, but where's your heart? There's nothing I can say to change that part. They sound like they're speaking pretty directly to Mikey.
Yeah.
And that Gerard knows that, like, he himself can't make him stay, that because, like, Mikey's got real issues, and he can't fix them for him, but he asks him to follow his heart and come back to the band. One line that's always kind of confused me, because I'm out here on the other side of a jet black hotel mirror. One, jet black just automatically makes me think of Thursday.
Yeah.
But what is a jet black hotel mirror? Like,
I don't know.
A mirror being black?
The only thing I can picture is when you're in, like, a bathroom with the lights off. Right. And you're, like, looking at yourself in the mirror and whatever, which is not something that is ever something that I would want to do. Dark mirrors are a no-no for me, but I don't know. I feel like, yeah, that's what I picture is that he's just, like, in a hotel bathroom with the lights off because that's something he would do. Just, like, staring at his black reflection in the mirror, watching it distort because his eyes are trying to adjust to the darkness.
An emo.
Freaking himself out because he feels like he's hallucinating, but that's just what people's eyes do.
Oh, God.
So.
I've never been sure what to do with the jet black mirror imagery, but I do think that this line kind of evokes that Gerard, I mean, for a good amount of time, was kind of homeless.
Yeah.
He didn't really have a house, and he crashed on people's couches or, lived out of suitcases in hotel rooms. So he's got a lot of lines in various songs that have to do with hotel rooms.
Yeah.
I think that's where that comes from.
Yeah, that's where they lived, was in hotels.
But finally we get to the lines, awake and unafraid, asleep or dead, which I feel like are the main takeaways of the song, which is essentially, you can't avoid things, and you can't hide yourself away, because if you do, in some form or another, you could die.
Mm-hmm.
So you've just sort of like got to do the thing and you've got to be brave about it. And it also makes me remember that fear and regret and the album art are twins.
Yeah.
Because they're related.
Right.
Because succumbing to your fears and not doing things because you're afraid of them will lead to regret.
Right. Yes. Yeah.
It's deep shit, Gerard.
When he belts out "or dead," he's not kind to himself in the song vocally. The "or dead" is a C5, which is about what we hit in Black Parade. Welcome to the Black Parade, rather.
It's a pretty high note.
Yeah,
especially for a dude.
Yeah, for a dude especially. It's to belt that out. It's like it's in the stratosphere, you know.
I don't remember if he ever does that live.
No, it's about on par with.
But Ray does. Ray does do it.
Oh, of course Ray does. Ray has a naturally high voice, so it lends itself to doing those high harmonies. Thankfully,
even though he's a tall, burly man.
I know. Speaking of Gerard's voice, right in the beginning when it's really gritty and low like that, he doesn't do it often, and I just said this about him in Disenchanted when it's like soft and low, but when he's like gritty and like up into the mic and well, I know it's like you feel it in your gut.
When he does that, it's like what he does on stage sometimes, like the stage accent that he has.
Yeah.
There's like a hint of that in that beginning part.
Mm-hmm. I love that he has a stage accent.
He does.
And that I know what it is.
It's like a cowboy.
Yeah, it is kind of like a cowboy.
A demented cowboy from hell.
Yeah.
That's coming to suck your blood.
The layered harmonies in this song are a lot. He does a lot of layered harmonies. I think he just starts experimenting here in this album with them. They deal with it a heck of a lot in Danger Days. But in this album, they're just kind of experimenting with it, and it's a good time. I like me some layered harmonies for sure. At the end where it strips down and it's like you hear the organ and the instrumental, and there's about 10 billion Gerards singing Awake and Unafraid, Asleep or Dead over and over again.
Nothing you can say can stop me going home.
Gorgeous, beautiful, Angels chorus.
I feel, honestly, personally offended that we have not yet mentioned the riff.
Oh no, I'm still on Gerard. I haven't even gotten to the instrumental.
You have separate Gerard.
I have separate Gerard notes and then I have instrumental.
Give me more of your Gerards.
What are more of my Gerards? Honestly, that may have been it. The layered harmonies was like the last.
Okay, this riff though. This riff is so good.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Yeah, it's hard rock right in the beginning.
It's so good. It's one of their best riffs, and they just play it and play it and play it and repeat it and double the guitars and triple the guitars, and they just keep it going.
Yeah, the beginning is heavy distortion, and then it lays off of that, but you still hear it continuing in the background through the entire first verse.
They use Nemesis for this one too.
Yes, this is the wall knocking down one, isn't it?
Probably.
Yeah.
Holy shit, the fucking riff.
Yeah.
And when they cut out the riff, they do like an excellent use of silence in this song.
It's so important.
A+.
Yeah.
Gold star.
The silence that comes right before the bridge where Gerard, they do done it.
I'll see you lying next to me.
The silence that's right in there is like one of the best moments.
It's perfect.
Oh my gosh,
it's a good ass song.
Yes. The chugging bass guitar part at the beginning, the do reminds me of Sharpest Lives.
Yeah.
A little bit. There's another part in here that reminds me of Sharpest Lives when they start using synth. So much drama. Definitely reminds me of Sharpest Lives again when they use the chorus part that they sampled.
Mm-hmm.
It's not exactly the same, but it definitely gives me like Sharpest Lives vibes for sure.
Yeah. So Ray points out that this song has a medium tempo, as opposed to other songs which are either slower or just so fucking fast.
Yeah.
Like a rocket ship fast.
Mm-hmm.
As far as his solo, he said that this one was inspired by Randy Rhoads. He'd be listening to a lot of Blizzard of Oz at the moment. I'll read you a quote about it. I wanted something shreddy, desperate, and emotional. So I listened to my favorite Rhoads solos and went to sleep. The next morning, the first thing I did was pick up my guitar, blast a demo of the track, and play whatever came to me. A genius.
Mm-hmm.
He just took all the information in, let it stew, and just came out with this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I stand.
I stan.
The chorus was apparently really different in the end from when they had started, because they both mention it in their liner notes. I'll read you Frank's first. Gerard kind of surprised us with the chorus. We went out to get coffee, and when we got back, he said, "Hey, check this out," fully knowing he was going to lay some Journey shit on us. I was so caught off guard. It was completely different than what I had thought he was recording. I don't even know how I reacted. I don't think I was entirely sold on it at first listen, and I don't know why, but now I can't imagine it any other way. And Ray, in contrast, says that when he first heard the chorus at the same time, after getting back from coffee, he got chills. Two very different reactions. I'm reminded of the video where Mikey's like, Frankie doesn't like anything.
Frankie hates everything. Can you imagine listening to this chorus and saying, that's all right?
Well, so another thing that Ray says about the chorus is that it used to be originally in halftime, and that Rob pushed it to just be a normal, like, regular beat. So I think it probably sounded really different for that reason. But apparently, after the solo and the little breakdown, when the band comes back in after, like, the pick guitar and Gerard's vocals, that is the old chorus. It's like around 3:39, and you can hear that it has more of a halftime beat. Apparently that was, like, what they were working with originally. And it works way better where it is now than as a chorus.
Yeah, for sure.
Because this one, I think, having it be a regular beat gives it more of an emotional impact, rather than, like, sounding jazzy or like a bop.
Mm-hmm.
It's an anthem.
Yeah.
Everyone's got to pump their fists.
Yeah.
Can't do that in halftime.
No, you can't. You can't fist pump in halftime. Are you going to talk about the video?
This video is a great My Chem video.
Yeah.
And also is kind of a pivotal video for them.
For sure.
We'll get to that in 1 second. This is another Sam Bayer video, obviously because they shot this and Welcome to the Black Parade together. And they just fucking took a match to the float they had for Black Parade.
They took a flamethrower to the float they had.
They were like, you know what? We're just gonna burn this whole thing down.
Yeah. Fuck that video.
We're
Fuck
just
that
going
float.
to destroy it.
Fuck everything we just did.
It's another example, I think, of like the kill your darlings thing of like,
yeah,
fuck it, it's going down.
Yeah, burn the past down and then rebuild from the ashes.
So this is kind of their only straight performance video where there's not also like a storyline or something going on. It's just them performing in the dirt with their jackets open, getting grimy, burning their instruments, breaking themselves.
Oh man, we'll get there.
We'll get there. But they're just giving it their all, and it's so good.
Yeah.
They pull it off so well.
Yeah, they do a lot of really rock star moments in this video that I don't think would maybe work with any other.
No, but they sell it.
Yeah.
And how it's shot too, like with different like slowed down shots. And
yeah, the slow-mo parts are real dramatic. Can you imagine working with fucking Sam Bayer? We all know how I feel about Sam Bayer, but he is clearly encouraging and indulging all kinds of crazy-ass behavior from all of them, especially Gerard, because
Gerard looks
he has a soft spot for
unhinged.
Gerard. He's just out of his damn mind.
He looks insane.
Yeah.
It's great.
I think it's really worth it to watch the full, 20-minute outtake version.
Absolutely.
Because,
I put that in there. You owe it to yourself, guys. Go watch it.
You need to watch it because it's just, there's a lot of Gerard in the white mask, twitching around.
Yes. God, that creeps me out.
And there's a lot of, gratuitous shots of Frank falling in the dirt and,
And of Gerard slapping his own face.
Yeah, he's, hitting himself, and Ray is falling on top of Frank, and Mikey's, flailing around, and Bob is burning to death in the background.
R.I.P. Bob. Fuck it. Let's talk about the injuries on this,
All right.
this video.
All right.
So Bob gets fucked.
Yeah,
in this
Bob
video.
gets annihilated.
Oh my god. So he's on drums and he's the one that's closest to the flames and he's sitting, so he's not moving around. And before he went in, when they were about to light it up and do the last shot, he didn't get the flame retardant gel he was supposed to get. And so he's sitting on his, drum throne and his pants melt onto his leg. And it makes him get 30-degree burns, but he doesn't move because they've only got one shot of this because it's burning in the background. So
It was like the last take too, wasn't it?
yeah. So his pants are fucking melting onto his legs, burning his flesh. He can't move because they have like one last shot to do and there's no way to redo this. So he just sits there and takes it. And then at the end, in some versions, you can see him running away because he's in pain and burning alive.
Yeah, he said, I gotta get out of here. And he just like books it.
And later the burns turn into gangrene.
Oh, God.
And that's why he's out a lot on the Black Parade tour.
Yeah, it turned into a blood infection.
Oh, God.
It like was traveling towards his heart. Like if he didn't
almost fucking died.
Yeah, he literally almost died because of this video.
Which is crazy.
That's nuts.
So I feel like there's so many stories about music videos that almost kill people.
Yeah. Can you imagine the pain threshold he must have? Because as soon as I get like a mild 1st-degree burn, I'm like, fuck it, I'm out.
And like, I don't know how long it took for the burn to get that bad, but holy shit.
It's got to be really bad though, because like,
But he also probably felt hot all over because
yeah, for sure,
the flames are all around him.
I hope he fucking sued the people who were in charge of the fire, whatever safety
I'm
shit,
almost certain
because
that he didn't.
Because they had one job.
Really though, just like check.
Just give him the gel that he was supposed to have, and it would have been fine.
30 seconds.
Seriously, I just that's a fatal that's a really
workman's hazard right there.
Crucial thing that you miss there, and somebody almost lost their life.
Yeah,
because of their decision or their lack of decision.
He also gets blisters on his hand from playing for so long.
Yeah, for sure.
But the gangrene and the burns and the that's the main part.
Yeah.
The second big injury is you can see it in the outtakes that Frank tackles Gerard when he's on his knees at one point and tears one of the ligaments in his fucking ankle.
Yeah. Because his leg doesn't pop out like it normally would. If somebody pushes you back, your legs go forward.
Yeah, he's on his knees and he's got his feet kind of tucked under him.
Yeah.
And then Frank tackles him and he goes back, but his feet
foot
stay
just
in the
kind of
same place.
Yeah, so Gerard was like, I heard a pop and then I couldn't walk. So
yeah,
he got up, and I think I love because they have the footage of him reacting, and he just starts laughing because it's like a shock, I think.
Yeah, I've also been in so much pain that I just laugh.
Yeah, you just laugh.
And you're when they do the little interview with him after that, you can tell that he's out of it because his brain doesn't know how to process this.
Yeah.
And so he walks with the cane for a while.
The pimp cane ensues.
He pulls it off, man.
Honestly, he does.
It kind of goes with the whole ensemble.
He owns it.
He also said it was just like old times.
Just like old times.
All the times when Frank tore my ligaments.
Sure.
Regular.
Yeah. Frank hurts people a lot.
He does.
It's not on purpose. He's just rambunctious.
Final injury is Ray apparently also fractured his fingers.
Yeah.
And that's the one that I'm like, are you okay?
Yeah, that's the one I'm most worried about. That's his instrument. That's his moneymaker, his hands. He can't fuck up his hands. He must have been out of commission for a while after that.
I don't know, but I'm concerned.
Ray, are you okay? Are you okay now?
There's a quote from Gerard about this. We gave blood, and when there wasn't any more blood to give, we gave bones and skin.
Ugh.
It was traumatizing. The flames were paralyzing. We kept going. He was really fucking scared by these flames.
Yeah.
Which is fair. So it's probably a huge bonfire in the creepiest setting.
For sure. It's like a parking lot that's dirt and shit.
Another quote about this video that I found very intriguing. It felt as if we had lost a lot of our innocence during that video shoot, and we surely did. We became animals on some kind of quest for dominance or glory, a strong desire to pull out our insides for the first time on film. I would try to rip my own face off.
He sure did.
We would try to kill each other, and much like the house, the fire would consume us. The song was from the darkest period in our lives, and about the thing we fear the most, and it all came out. You can definitely see that. Gerard especially, just goes so hard. Definitely tries to rip his own face off.
Oh, for sure.
And I guess Frank was trying to kill Gerard, just trying to destroy him.
Yeah. Gerard like fish hooks his own mouth and like rips his
Yeah.
eye. Like
Yeah.
he like does this like opening thing with his eyeball and
Like, no joke. Like, we internalize this.
yeah, in the bridge part when he drops the mic and he's like smiling and you can see his mouth and his teeth are bleeding.
Yeah, he's got blood on his teeth.
Hardcore as fuck. What did he do? What was bleeding? What hit him? What happened to make
I don't
his
know.
mouth bleed?
I assume just something like, impacted his face near his gums. Or they scratched himself. More
Maybe.
likely, honestly.
Oh yeah, he probably did. Grabbing his face that much.
But yeah, holy shit, guys. This video does not joke.
The part where he drops the mic and it goes, "I see you lying next to me." Mikey is right behind him during that part.
Yeah, he drops.
Oh boy. I have a lot of brother feelings in this song.
I wish I had a sibling I cared for that much.
Man, it's amazing. It's probably not even done on purpose, but like he's straight singing about him right there and he's like right behind him, which is amazing.
Yeah.
I also think it was interesting. This was probably maybe also unintentional when Gerard reaches up and he's like asleep or dead and his hand is up like this. It's reminiscent of Welcome to the Black Parade when the patient is dying and he's reaching out.
Probably not unintentional because
Yeah.
Gerard also has the makeup on,
Oh yeah.
which is kind of similar to the patient's makeup.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that could be a thing.
Yeah, for sure. Gerard dropping to his knees during Ray's solo. Literally same. I cannot. That would be my exact reaction if I were in that situation. Ray just starts soloing. I just fucking fall to the floor. Goodbye.
Just collapse.
Like one of those dolls that you like push the button and it straightens up
Yeah.
and then you let go and it just collapses. That's me. Frank is desperately trying to break his guitar during the end of the
Oh my
song.
God.
He's desperately trying so hard.
It's hard to break a guitar.
Yeah, and he's like, fucking break. He like raises it over his head and slams it into the ground to no avail. Nothing happens. Ray just casually
does
brings
burn,
it
though.
over. Yeah, Ray casually brings it over his head and just lets it flop to the floor.
Yeah.
Um,
Fuck these instruments. Fuck
yeah,
them.
fuck that. We don't care. Thousands of dollars down the drain. No big deal. We got it.
Do we have more to say about this video?
No.
On to the final song, the hidden song, Blood.
Well, they encourage your complete cooperation. Send your roses when they think you need to smile. I can't control myself because I don't know how. When they love me for it, honestly, I'll be here for a while. So give them blood, gallons of the stuff.
It is the universal experience of every MCR fan in 2006.
Getting the shit scared out of them.
Yeah, they had this in their CD player. They were like, another track? What's that? And then it's just like, a lot of silence. They're like, oh, this is just a trick, isn't it?
Yeah.
And then the piano starts up and everyone is shook
Yeah.
to the core.
When I played this, I played the whole album through, and then when it ended, when Famous Last Words ended, I was caught up in doing other things, so I just let it play through, and I was at that point no longer paying attention to it because there was silence, and then I heard the fucking piano, and I jumped into outer space. I was like, oh, geez. It has kind of like a 20s ragtime feel to it, or like a bouncy kind of vibe to it. It's a lot of fun. I think it's their most playful song for sure, and I think they're making fun of themselves.
Yeah, it's like he plays a character the whole time with the way that he does his voice.
Oh, he's so sassy.
And yeah, I definitely feel like it's a humorous song. Also, I'm annoyed that even the Spotify versions of this song keep the 1.5 minutes of silence. Just
Why?
stop. Just help us.
There's no point.
Should be illegal.
Yeah.
I thought we had gone past that in our culture.
Can we also mention the Walmart version of the CD when he does "I'm such an awful fuck, I'm such an awful for like 8 minutes?
I never had that version. Mike CD is the explicit version. And so when I heard that, it just makes me laugh so hard.
I cracked up the first time I heard it.
It's so funny.
Oh my gosh.
Also, the little background like ooze, they remind me of those little ghost videos.
Yes.
I love them.
Those things are so cute. The dramatic ahs, they're just really funny to me.
Blood.
They have a lot of put on vibrato on them. I don't think people talk about them enough, and I think they're really funny. This whole song is so damn funny to me.
Here's the thing. I feel like My Chem owes an apology to the parents of every teenager during this time.
Oh.
Because every teen was so into like the humorous and morbid like aesthetic of this song. And I'm the kind of human wreckage that you love was
Yes.
on so many MySpace
Iconic
bios.
line.
So many aim away messages, and it's absolutely insufferable. I'm so sorry. But like, what like dark emo 13-year-old doesn't want to live in this song?
Oh, yeah.
It's like making jokes about blood and dying. And,
Yeah.
MCR should just like make a statement.
Yeah. I also think, if you really want to look into this song, there's, this life force that is being taken from them, and it's like, I've given you all of this, and you still want more from me. So I think there's like an underlying like actual dark
about being in the
message
band again.
it. Yeah, about being in the band and being, having so much demanded from him emotionally and physically, and that they're expected to be away from their families all the time, and they're giving their entire lives, and people are still like, I want more. I want to know everything about you. I want to, see everything that you've done. I want to know your transcripts. Give me your transcripts.
I want to cut you open and crawl on your insides.
Yeah,
right there.
like a tauntaun. I just like.
I want to crochet with your entrails.
Wow.
Too far? Too much?
Some people might be into it. It's not out of the realm of possibilities.
Gerard would be into it.
He would.
This song also has a video.
Yes, it does. It was released in fucking like 2014.
Yeah, it was released way later.
Why did they hang on to it for that long? What a
I don't know.
stingy bunch of little fucks.
I don't know, because it's like fine. It was shot with teenagers. Like they're in the locker room of the school that they're supposed to be in.
Yeah.
And Gerard still got his teenager's jacket.
Yep.
And it's like the cheerleaders are.
They're dancing all kind of sexy looking, and I don't know
they're doing
what they're doing.
a weird, slow, kind of creepy, sexy dance and like touching them.
They're like caressing Gerard all over, and like
It's
he's
more
just
like-
going on singing, and
Yeah, it's more imagery that reminds you that it's kind of a song about being in the band. Frank, I can't tell you what Frank's doing.
He has a dog.
I've got no idea what Frank is doing.
Frank has a dog, and he's having a good time. That's
Wait,
all that
Frank
matters.
has a dog? I've never noticed the dog.
You haven't. The dog is like one of the centerpieces of the video. Fucking
Did I just like black that out in my memory?
watch.
Okay.
Yes.
I don't know how I never noticed this dog before.
How did you never notice the dog?
Maybe I noticed it once and forgot about it, but like when I picture the video in my mind, I do not put this dog there. But truly, it's just a video of Frank playing with a dog.
Yeah.
That's all he does in this video. I don't know.
There's like caution tape involved, and Bob is like drawing on Mikey. They're just hanging out in the background. They're just chilling. And then Gerard is being like ultra sassy up front, and I don't know.
Maybe the dog had some sort of exclusive contract, and he was like, they couldn't release it while the dog was living.
Sure.
Had to wait till the dog had passed away.
Wow.
Only
That
then could they
sucks.
release it.
That's really sad.
I mean, it's likely that dog is dead by now.
Right.
It's been 13 years.
Oh my gosh.
He could still be alive. It's really a gamble. 50-50.
Sure. I'm just watching this, and I'm really loving the interaction of the cheerleaders and how the band is 1000% ignoring them.
Yeah. They do like their whole thing, by the lockers.
They're like hanging
They try
on
to
their
like touch
shoulders,
their faces and get their attention.
like
and they just
running their fingers through Gerard's hair and like touching his face and like rubbing the front of his chest and like getting all over him. And he's just like, meh.
I've got blood to sing about.
Yeah.
And Frank's like, I've got a dog to
I
pet.
got a dog. I don't know. Yeah, this video is just a lot. It's the most, like, this song is the most fun, though. It's just so funny. Mm-hmm. That's what I got.
I think that may conclude this episode, besides our ending things that we do.
Mm-hmm.
So, that's the album.
Yeah.
That's the album. We've
That's
got
the
B-sides to
official
go
album.
through, but, like, that's the album, guys. That's the CD. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, we're leaving Black Parade behind soon.
We'll have more things to say about it, because we'll also have, like, a wrap-up.
Right, and we still have to do the Revenge
Yeah.
bonus episode. And
Yeah, we got
Bunch
more
of other stuff.
time to talk about this, but, like, biggest album of that time period.
yeah,
Biggest one.
legendary.
One of the few that came out then that's still, like, truly impactful today. It's a big fucking deal.
Mm-hmm.
But we're moving on from that, and we're going to talk about songs that we like that aren't from this giant, important album and aren't related to MCR in any way at all,
Mm-hmm.
that we have been listening to this week that you might be interested in hearing about. Kaylee, what's your song?
My song is from the musical Spring Awakening.
Okay.
It's called The Song of Purple Summer.
And all shall fade, the flowers of spring, the world and all the sorrow at the heart of everything.
It's one of the best songs from a musical, maybe ever. I want a choir to sing this at my funeral. It's so sad and it's so beautiful and so impactful. And it's just, ugh. I want to live in this song. I want to bathe in this song. I love this song.
My song of the week is, again, non-MCR related with an asterisk. There's also an Umbrella Academy. Hey, it's what I've been doing lately. Leave me alone.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the song Mary by Big Thief, which is when spoilers are coming. This is your alert. Spoilers.
Close your ears.
All right, now I'm going to say the spoiler. It's when Klaus gets back from Vietnam, on the bus, holding a briefcase with his tattoo, bloody hands, devastated. This is a song that plays during that moment. And it just really gets me. It was the perfect song to pick for that.
Burn up with the water, the floods around the plains, the planets in rows, who knows what they contain, and my brain is like an orchestra.
It's so sad.
Yeah.
And I'm really into it.
Yeah.
And I listened to it a lot this week because that moment fucks me up.
Understandably.
I read a review of Umbrella Academy where they criticized that moment.
What?
Yeah, they criticized it and were like, it was like Klaus comes back, with his trauma, but we don't get a chance to care about it because we don't see why it happened. And it's like, but besides the fact that you see what happened later, how do you not care about it when you see his face and his bloody hands and this song playing and that the audio from the episode drops out? How do you not care about it?
Yeah.
When you can clearly tell that something happened. And,
Yeah.
He's got the tattoo, so you kind of have an idea what happened.
Right. Yeah, he's got the dog tags. He has the vest.
Yeah, even if you don't know that he lost a person, you at least know he's been in a war
Yeah,
and he's
you
traumatized.
know that he's been in fucking Vietnam.
That annoyed me.
I feel like if you're not impacted by that moment, then you weren't attached to the character at all.
Yeah.
Because everybody loves Klaus. Everybody loves Klaus.
I think there might be a generational thing about loving Klaus, but yes.
Then they're wrong. Yeah, and I just, I feel like if you're not impacted by that, you just don't appreciate Klaus's character because he was just he wasn't carefree, but he was just silly and he was,
he was soft and
playful.
He was,
yeah. And then
and
he comes
haunted.
back and he's just ripped apart. This is the first time you've seen him display real, actual, deep emotion, and it's in public too,
And it's not just, we just need to do the Umbrella Academy episode.
Oh, God.
It's not just this thing that gives him a trauma or this thing that gives him a love interest. It changes him fundamentally as a character for the rest of the show.
The rest of his life.
Yeah, because he wouldn't have gotten sober if he hadn't gotten to Vietnam, and then wouldn't have anything else that happened because of him getting sober.
Yeah. Changes everything.
It changes his motivations for everything, too.
Yes.
Anyway. All right, we haven't done a anecdotes in a long time, so we're going to do some anecdotes because we've got just a lot built up. So here we go. First anecdote is from Riley Santinello. They say, so I've been listening to your podcast because I'm a diehard fan of MCR and thought you would enjoy these stories I've collected through my journey of discovering MCR. First is how I got into this band. A couple years ago, 6th grade me was cleaning with my mom and she was showing me some music from the 2000s she used to listen to. First, she showed me Nirvana, Linkin Park, and Panic at the Disco. I will later become a fan of these bands also, but that's a different story. She then put on the music video Teenagers on the TV, and I was immediately drawn to the band. My first thought was that the music was sick as frick. My second thought was that the lead singer was hot.
Yes,
LOL.
You're correct.
Then my mom played, deep breath, Welcome to the Black Parade, which she only played about a minute of, and then turned it off. Why? I didn't know the name of the band or songs, but I couldn't get either song to stop playing in my head 24/7. Finally, after searching for about a week, I stumbled onto I Write Sins, which led me to Welcome to the Black Parade. Since then, I've been beyond obsessed with MCR, and my mom regrets showing me the band that literally saved my life when I was about to end it. My second story is from when I met Gerard Way for my birthday. About a year ago, I saw that Gerard and Steve Orlando were having a comic book signing 10 minutes from my house. Of course, I flipped and begged to be taken. After a lot of debate, my grandparents said they would take me. My grandfather and I got there at 5 a.m. and waited in line for about 8 hours to meet him. Feel that. I ended up making a friend or two, and when we first walked in, we started to cry because we got a glimpse of him. I just couldn't believe that he was right there. We waited in line for another hour, and when we were about 7 people away from the signing table, Gerard and Steve took a break. My friend and I decided to go look for the comic we wanted while we waited. We went up to a random employee, and as my friend was talking to him, I look over and realized the guy standing less than 2 feet away from me was Steve, casually leaning against the wall. I, of course, began to freak out, and Steve begins to laugh because I don't know what to do with myself at this point. After the employee told me about the comic book, we turned to leave when the door suddenly opens. Gerard fucking Way just waltzed out of the goddamn bathroom like 2 fangirls aren't 2 feet away from him. I just stood there with my mouth hanging open because being the idiot I am, I couldn't calm down enough to talk to him or anything. Long story short, I met him and got him to sign things, got pictures, cried, and left. That was pretty much it.
That's pretty standard, I feel.
Looking back at that day, I mentally blacked out for a lot of it.
Ah, I feel you.
That is also standard.
Yeah. I blacked out for the entire first panel that Gerard was there, so I don't remember any of that.
I see that she got Shade signed, though, which is my favorite comic, so
Yeah.
holla. Also, I don't know if I said it, but the title of the email was How I Accidentally Stalked Gerard in the Bathroom. Just take that with you.
Yeah.
Also, sorry, second thing. I don't know where their name is My Romantic Chemistry, but somewhere, perhaps Instagram or Twitter, their username might be My Romantic Chemistry.
Mm-hmm. Our next anecdote is from Vampire's Way, I believe on Instagram, but
Most likely.
yes. So this person's name is Allie, and Allie says, I got into My Chemical Romance in 6th grade. I'm 23 now, so I'm guessing 10, 11 years old. Time flies fucking by. There was this girl, I don't remember her exact name, but for some reason my memory recalls Jackie, so let's call her Jackie. Jackie was an 8th grader and I was a 6th grader. We both had Spanish class together. She has like that emo girl with MCR wristbands and that emo studded belt, you know, the middle school hot topic shit we all wore when it was in trend. Why the fuck did that trend end to crop tops? I will never know. I can just assume the world's getting darker.
That's definitely my friend Erin. She wore a lot of wristbands and studded belts.
Yes, for sure. Anyways, one day she showed me the video for Helena and I was instantly hooked. I was always an only child, didn't really know how to socialize with preppy kids, and was the weird kid back when being weird got you bullied, not the Tumblr quirky weird. I'm sure you saw this trend change too. Yes, I did.
Shots fired.
Yikes, we're going there. Jackie always drew, but I always saw cuts on her wrist in class. I remember talking to her because I felt guilty that I liked girls. 6th grade hormones, and I'm seeing cute emos all around my school and didn't comprehend what the fuck I was feeling. I understand. And she just taught me acceptance about whatever I felt towards anyone. She moved schools the next year to attend her high school, which was a school for really good art kids to get into. I have searched for her endlessly, but I have no idea where she is at, and I can't locate her because Jackie might not even be her name. I miss Jackie, and I wish I could get in contact with her. It's been over 10 years, but she gifted me the band that helped me get through my teenage years and make sense of this adulthood I'm experiencing. And not to be overly cheesy, but she really did gift me my go-to band in really dark times where I didn't believe there was any hope of getting better. I can always go to my middle school and request a yearbook and search for her, but I always put it off because of life and work. It's unfortunate, but I'd like to give her thanks because that small gesture of showing me her favorite band has had a tremendous effect on the person I am today and my beliefs. However, I am low-key hoping the day I find her, she's still some art or emo kid and hasn't transformed into a prep. Well, preps.
Prep.
Or isn't dead. Not to sound bougie or snotty, but it's just that feeling you want to see someone the same as you saw them last time. I mean, it's nice to see the little emo kids that stuck around past middle school. I think of her at least once a week still. Isn't that strange how you can be playing in someone's memory so often and not know the effect you've had on them?
I'm so certain that Jackie is still an emo, because we know so many adult emos.
Jackie, if you're listening,
Continued.
please get in contact with us and contact Allie so that we can facilitate this reunion. Thank you very much.
We'll have a very special episode. It'll be like Dr. Phil, right?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
But like for emos.
yeah.
That'll be fun.
Oh, Dr. Phil for emos.
Sometimes emos are on Dr. Phil and they're trying
Yeah.
to break them.
They're trying to break their
Take
emo
off that
spirit.
black shirt, Sally.
Can we make that a t-shirt?
Yes. It'd be
And
so
just-
easy. Just text.
Yeah, just white text on a black t-shirt. Take off that black shirt, Sally. Please, can we make that? Please.
Yeah, sure.
Thank God.
All right. We only have one more piece of business to do before we leave you guys. Patron shoutouts. So these are the people who have donated or pledged $2 or more a month on Patreon, which we really appreciate. And this is their shout out. So it's a big thank you to Tim Malpass, Vienna Langton, Gabby Dauber, Quinn Torrens, my mom, Tara Lamantia, Jerry McGregor, Katie Kelly, Melissa Contreras, Phil Grant, Amber Johnson, Caitlin Carnes, Anne Louise Mullen, Kayla Williams, Dominique Ray, Sarah Wagner, or Wagner if you're very German, and Dental Records Music News. Thank you guys so much. We really appreciate it. Thanks for supporting the pod.
Heck yeah.
And if you want to support the pod, you can find us at patreon.com/chemicalfancast.
So in the meantime, follow us on the socials, Twitter and Insta at Chemical Fancast, Facebook My Chemical Fancast, and send words and stories to mychemicalfancast@gmail.com.
And don't forget that you can buy our merch at TeePublic by going to teepublic.com/user/mychemicalfancast or just searching My Chemical Fancast. You will find us. It's pretty sweet. And it's very available.
Very.
You can definitely purchase it. Maybe you couldn't have purchased it 2 weeks ago, but you can now.
Yeah, we're not salty about it at all.
No, I'm not salty.
We're
I'm
maybe
just
a little smug, yeah.
Don't worry about it.
Flip hair.
In any case, that's all we have for this episode.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually done now.
Yes, it's really done.
Go home to your families.
Go
Dear
to
God.
sleep. Go to sleep. I know some of you are up at midnight right now. Go to bed.
Go to
So-
bed.
Anyway, I'm Haley,
I'm Kat.
and this is My Chemical Fancast.
Bye.
Bye-bye.